next Saturday night, and we'll deal with that then. This Saturday night marks the 30th anniversary of your broadcasting fights on HBO, and we have a little surprise for you.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Let's get it.
Hello, I'm Jim Lapley, and I will be commenting on this boxing match.
What the hell? Can you guys hear me? Yo, can you guys hear? This shit is bugging. You guys, if you guys can hear me, because I'm about to cancel this. If you guys can hear me, say here or something, because this shit is tripping. It says I'm offline and all types of stuff. Yo, I'm about to end this. I'm about to go to the movies anyway. I have to do this stream later. Somebody saying it's, I can't tell. It don't sound like you guys can hear me. Yo, if everyone can hear me, hit 9. Hit the number 9. If not, I'm stopping this stream, because this shit is tripping. Hold on, y'all. This shit is tripping. I'm the Stream King. They trying to YouTube trying to hate on the Stream King. What? I'm the Stream King. Listen, if y'all can hear me, say 6'9". Put 6'9" like Takashi. If y'all can hear me right now, hit 6'9". Hit that 6 and a 9. Everybody put that 6'9" up. Gang, gang. Trying to talk this boxing to YouTube is tripping. Okay. Y'all can hear? Check it. We about to do a little post-fight. One time for your motherfucking mind. A post-fight. Full fight. And I know I'm right. I'm kinda tight. Hey, right. Obey your thirst like Sprite. Get it right. Can y'all hear me? My vocal sounding clean? I like that guitar string. I'm feeling them guitar riffs. Nobody wins when the family feud. I'm clear while I'm here. How about you? I'm like, oh my God. We back now. Hey, we about to talk about the Miracle Man, Danny Jacobs. Y'all dudes fake up, like makeup. This ain't Maybelline. Let's go. Y'all can hear me? Hey, I'm feeling this beat. Hey. Hey, yo. Y'all better wake up. Take up. Alright. I'm fucking around. I don't have that much time because I'm about to go see the new Avengers movie. Shout out. Call me Young Thanos. I'm Young Thanos, man. Let's talk about this fight. Daniel Jacobs versus Maciej. Good fight. I enjoyed it. Good middleweight scrap. HBO needed something like this because their calendar's been kind of dry. On my post fights, I like to give you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm pressed for time because, again, I got to shower real quick and go hit this movie, The Seats. We already paid for the seats. So, you know, I got a little date and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to be late to that. But thank you guys for the support. Thanos' CGI was pretty damn good. I know they're getting raw with this. They're getting raw with this CGI stuff. But shout out to HBO. I mean, they kept me entertained. Top Rank had a card too. I didn't really get to see all the fights. I just know the outcomes. Shakur Stevenson won. Brian Jennings won. I'd like to see Brian Jennings in there with a couple guys. Brian Jennings versus Dillian White. Brian Jennings versus Andy Ruiz would be a good fight. Brian Jennings, Gerald Washington. You know what I mean? Those are all really good fights in my opinion. Right? So he won his fight. Who else was there? Jesse Magdaleno, he got stopped. That Dogbo dude was not playing. I think he's from Ghana. Yo, E1, I'm about to block you. I don't have time for drama and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So just save that. I'm here. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm about to I'm gonna block both of y'all in this stream. I don't have time for that. Take that to some other channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about that because I'm a vlogger. I'm not hard to find. I be where I'm at. I post where I'm at. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it was really funky, if it was really some issue, and that's not even no tough guy shit. It's just a reality. I'll be at the fights. I was in New York. Days later, I'm in LA. Now I'm back in the Bay. Like, so stop. I don't have time for little bullshit. Shout out to Ronald Finkley, $2 super chat. We are new media. Oh, you know that. Please believe that. Harry Dog says, what's good, bro? Ego, bro. What up? Charlo will fuck Jacobs up. Let's see it. LSI. Hey, shooters, be on the lookout. Because, listen, I'm pressed for time. I'm going to go see the new Avengers Infinity War. I heard it was really good, right? I might even do a review for you guys if you guys want, if you guys are interested, because I know it just came out. But I'm here to talk about the HBO card, really. Again, Top Rank had a card. I didn't get to watch it. I just know the outcome. Shakur Stevenson won. Brian Jennings won his fight. And Jesse Magdaleno in the main event got stopped by the Dogbo guy. Why did Icy the One get blocked? Listen, yeah, like, see, people care about this pointless drama. You know what I mean? Yeah, I might do a vampire stream because I'm pressed for time, so I'm only gonna get to it. So let's get into it. The good fight, main event with Danny Jacobs. Y'all want to hear about Danny Jacobs' fight, or excuse me, Jarrell Big Baby Miller first? Y'all want the Miller fight? My thoughts on that, or you want the Daniel Jacobs fight? The first 5 comments I see, that's what we're talking about. Danny Jacobs or Jarrell Miller's fight? Which one y'all want me to talk about first? And just keep in mind, time is money, because I gotta go catch this movie. I heard it's good. I'll be back to let y'all know, right? Miller, 1 for Miller, 1 for Jacobs, 2 for Big Baby. Okay, we're talking about Big Baby Miller then. All right, Big Baby Miller, he looks sharp. He threw a lot of punches. He looks better at this weight. He looked better in this fight than his last fight with Marish Weck. He won every round. But to me, fights like this and Jarrell Big Baby Miller is my dude. Like, I know him personally or whatever. But that was what he was supposed to do. You know what I mean? He's gotten to a couple of guys after they've already lost. Like, Gerald Washington was coming off the Deontay Wilder loss. Johan Duhaupas is coming off of a Wilder knockout loss and a Povetkin knockout loss when he only had, like, running shoes on, right? So I expected him to look good, and that's where he's at in his career. That's cool. Eddie Hearn said he might get the AJ fight. If AJ fights Jarrell Miller or Povetkin next, then it's clear he doesn't want to fight Wilder next, period. But no shade to Jarrell Miller. He did what he was supposed to do. He looked good. He threw a lot of punches. Very agile, good movement from a big guy. Looked better with the more mass and more weight than when he lost 20, 30 pounds or whatever he said in the Marish Weck. But it also could have been because Marish Weck is like 7 feet tall. and he's like big lurch looking motherfucker. So maybe it was just hard. Maybe that fight. Styles make fights. Johan Duhaupas, he's game, but I mean he was losing. He lost every round. I didn't give him any round. You know what I mean? So, and check this. Jarrell Miller, if he fights Anthony Joshua, or if Joshua fights Povetkin, guess what? Those aren't bad fights. They're not terrible fights, but you know what the world is awaiting in terms of fights. You know the fight that the world wants to see. You know what I mean? So to overlook that and potentially lose you or Deontay Wilder, because if you guys fight other options, there's always a potential that a guy can lose, especially in the heavyweight division. To overlook all that and not give the fans what they want and what we've been waiting for, then that's a shame. You know what I mean? All over greed, all over egos, and no pun intended, pissing contest. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. I think AJ's stock, because right now, to me, it looks like his side is the one that's stalling this fight. That's my honest opinion. I don't really care who's mad. Shout out to my shooters in the building. Yeah, we working though. Main event, Daniel Jacobs. He looked good. He looked sharp. In my opinion, his fight was tougher today than the Luis Cuba Arias fight, but it also made him look better. You know what I'm saying? Because his opponent was game. And listen, I try to stress this on my channel so many times. You guys got to keep in mind, some of y'all motherfuckers don't know boxing. I like what the Charlos are doing. I truly do. I've met them. I've interviewed both of them. I've been at fights that they weren't even a part of and followed them with cameras. Like, cool dudes. I like it. But the Charlo Jacobs is a great fight for boxing, and you have to put stuff in perspective. If you don't know, see, this is the worst thing. Where I'm from, we call it perping. You know what I mean? Perpetrators. That's the worst thing you could be in this world. You know what I mean? Get a Phantom, like get a 300 Chrysler, and then, you know what I mean, change the grill and put a Bentley logo on it. That's perpetrating. And that's what a lot of you guys fans do, is you perpetrate and you act like you're this diehard fan, but you don't really know boxing like that. So anyway, Charlo looked great in this fight. I was there. The knockout second round, Hugo Centeno's my dude, but Charlo looked great. I just talked to Hugo Centeno the other day. But anyway, he looked good. He looked good in that fight. He did what he was supposed to do. But you guys have to keep in mind, Hugo Centeno Jr. had already been stopped by the guy Jacobs just fought today. It was a late stoppage, but it was still a stoppage. So I give Charlo still credit, because he, you know what I mean, he demolished, like, did it early. And Hugo Centeno was still a top guy. You know what I mean? But people acting like Jacob, like, he fought a guy who, them Polish fighter, listen, I'm working with the Polish fighter right now, right? Polish fighters, there's a lot of good Polish fighters. I think there's a heavyweight Polish dude that beat Freddie Roach's heavyweight. You have Andrzej Fanfara. You got some, you know what I mean? You got some top-notch guys from Poland that can box, right? They have a good boxing program, right? And it's just, it is what it is. Like, Ukraine has a really good boxing school. Poland has a good boxing school. I mean, there's a lot of people, you know what I mean, a lot of places. But there's a lot of good Polish boxers. But they don't have all the recognition. I mean, there's a Polish fighter in the cruiserweight division. Ain't there? But anyway, there's a lot of good Polish fighters. So a lot of you guys were, because you don't know somebody, you know what I mean? Because you don't know, you never heard of a person, they're bums to you. But if you actually were a diehard boxing fan and you did the research, then you would know what the fuck you were talking about. And the guy Charlo fought, Hugo Centeno Jr., got stopped by the guy that Daniel Jacobs just fought today. Those are facts. That's not a diss. That's not shade. Because I'm a fan of Charlo and I'm a fan of Jacobs. And I know Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? So I thought he looked sharp. I don't think... See, a lot of you motherfuckers, since you don't know boxing, you'll be surprised when the fight is tougher than, because you didn't expect shit from the fight. But if you do your research, then you might have known that, oh, okay, this supposed to be a good fight. It's supposed to be a competitive fight. So I never slept on Sulecki. You know what I mean? I thought he was a good fighter to begin with. He just, see, and this is the thing. There's a ton of guys who are good fighters, but they don't have a big name. And therefore, since they don't have a big name, then people just automatically discount them. Like when Wilder fought Johan Duhaupas, who Jarrell Miller just fought today, right? That guy, he was coming off a good win. I think he beat Robert Helenius. who is supposed to be a big name in the heavyweight division, right? And he was at a good stage of his career, but since people didn't know him, they say, oh, Wilder's cherry pick. I didn't even know who he was. You know what I mean? Oh, a fighter from France. Who the fuck is this? You know what I mean? But the thing is, I don't just get on here and start bashing fighters. If I don't know someone, I'll try to do some research as much as I can. Like when it comes to Triple G versus Jaime Munguia, a little bit different because I did as much research as I could before I even hit record. And Triple G is the top middleweight, the #1 guy to beat until otherwise proven. Like you could say, oh, make an argument, Charlo could beat Triple G or whatever. That's fine. But as of what's proven right now, Triple G is the man to beat at middleweight. He has the most straps. He's a good fighter. So to see him not fight Canelo, right, and instead fight, potentially try to fight Jaime Munguia, that makes no sense. In fact, since some of you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about with boxing, on today's telecast, HBO Boxing revealed, I don't know how many people have been following this, but Saddam Ali out of Brooklyn, he just beat Cotto. He was supposed to have a title defense against his mandatory Liam Smith, the one that Canelo stopped at 154, where Saddam Ali is a titleist, where he's a champion after he beat Cotto, I believe the WBO belt, right? And that being said, Liam Smith had some kind of flu and it pushed his whole training camp back. So he's unable to compete for the time slot that they were supposed to. So maybe if he improves and Saddam Ali keeps his title, maybe they can reschedule it. But Saddam Ali is keeping that date. He already had it, you know what I mean, in midway through his training camp. And he's fighting, guess who? They just announced it on HBO, Jaime Munguia. And then they even said on the telecast, Jaime Munguia is a 154 pounder. So that's something different because Jaime Munguia, why would he go up to 160? He only has 21 fights, you know what I mean, and fight a guy like Golovkin? Is anyone really checking for that? Even though Sulecki had fought at 54, but he also has fights at 60, and he also knocked out Hugo Centeno Jr., who's a pretty big guy, and sparred with Golovkin. You know what I mean? Jaime Munguia doesn't have all of that. So you got to put this stuff in perspective. Furthermore, Saddam Ali, to me, if you look at him, I've been around all these top guys, you know what I mean? He's kind of like a welterweight. Like, you know what I mean? He's probably shorter. Put him next to the Charlo brothers when they were at 54. One of them still is, but put Saddam Ali, he's going to look smaller than them. Put him next to Demetrius Andrade when he was at 54. He'll look smaller. So, you know what I mean? It's not a bad fight for him because he's kind of a welterweight who got an opportunity with Cotto and upset him, and now he's fighting at 54. You know what I mean? Same thing with Kell Brook. Kell Brook's a bit beefier mass-wise. Pause. But good fights on tonight, man. I enjoyed it. Me personally, if I had it my way, I still want to see Joshua Wilder above all. You know what I mean? All fights at heavyweights, including Tyson Fury. Because Tyson Fury, Jaime Munguia is 28-0. I don't give a shit. Canelo was like 44-0 when he fought Mayweather. But what happens when he stepped up to Mayweather? He got toyed with. And he looked like a schoolyard boy. So I don't care about a record. He couldn't fuck with Mayweather. Okay then. So I don't care that he's 28-0. What the fuck does that mean? And it's not hard to get 28-0. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not as hard if you come up in Tijuana and you've been fighting since you're 15 or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And you're not fighting upper echelon, right? Listen, the only person there's only a few guys in boxing right now that are barely reaching double-digit fights that are fighting like the top. That's like Lomachenko. Now you could probably add Dimitri Bivol because he only has 12-0 or whatever, and he already just beat Sullivan Barrera. But not too many guys are doing that, where they have they barely hit double-digit fights. You know what I mean? They just got past 9 fights or so. So they have 10 to 15 fights or whatever, and they're fighting big names. There's not that many people doing it because you got to build up. Shout out to my shooters holding it down for me. Hey, Pensacola, we talk tonight. We talk tonight. Shout out to Jesse R with the love in the super chat, $3 shmoney gang. Hey. But listen, I don't know how much time. Oh fuck, I don't have that much time. But I'm going to see the Avengers movie. I'm really excited. The good thing is they got these new theaters too with like comfortable ass recliner seats, and you reserve your seat. So back in the day, you know, you had to go to a movie and you had to get there a certain amount of time early to get the best seat. But now it's like you reserve your seating and they're hella comfortable. So shout out to that. Yeah, I'm excited for this Avengers movie. I haven't been to the movie. Last movie I seen was that movie where they had to shut the fuck up and stay quiet or whatever. There's like a monster. It's like Keep Quiet. I forgot what it's called. But anyway, listen, I'm trying to help HBO out. They retweeted me earlier today. It's on Instagram. Shout out to my dude Jarrell. He says it's great, Ego. I saw it this afternoon. Get her some popcorn. I know. Fuck around and spend $40 on snacks and shit. Like, damn, you got tickets to Triple G versus Vanes for this? Nah, I'm just playing. I don't pay for tickets. Not to fights. But, listen. I'm trying to help HBO. And, excuse me, I'm pressed for time. So, I gotta just be blunt. I like being blunt, too. HBO, they gotta improve the commentary, man. Like, I tell you guys the good and the bad and the ugly. The only thing as a fight fan and as a reporter that is kind of ruining some of these nights is the commentary. The commentary is like, I find myself only fucking with like Roy Jones. Like, that's the guy that I almost always agree with. You know what I'm saying? Or I can understand where he's coming from. But some of them other dudes, they be saying some off the wall stuff. Okay, Jim. I gave Sulecki the first 13 rounds. Like, it's a 12-round fight. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But whoever watched this fight, y'all confuse. To me, I don't know if y'all know how to score. And some of y'all confuse a fight being competitive or somebody trying and, you know what I mean, making it somewhat competitive with winning the fight. I thought Jacobs won this pretty damn easy. Not easy in terms of he didn't have to work for what he had, but in terms of easy, in terms of clean cut. Like, I don't think, hey shooters, please help me approve these comments. I don't think this was really that type of fight. Like, listen, I've watched some great fights live. I was in T-Mobile Arena for Canelo versus Golovkin. I was at T-Mobile Arena for Andre Ward versus Kovalev 1. Recently, I was at Erislandy Lara versus Swift Jared Hurd at the Hard Rock. You know what I mean? I've witnessed all these great fights live. And even Broner, that's another fight I just went to. Broner versus Vargas. And I'm telling you, fights like that, those were all hard for me to interpret and to be like, man, this person won 100%. You know what I mean? Certain fight, Ward Kovalev was that type of fight. Broner Vargas was that type of fight. Erislandy Lara and Hurd was that type of fight, right? Canelo Golovkin was that type of fight. Like, those are kind of hard to decipher because there are some swing rounds and they're both doing some good work in spots. And then Canelo's getting tired and Triple G's not having the defense and walking through big shots, and you know what I'm saying? So for those reasons, it becomes hard to score. You know what I mean? Ward Kovalev, obviously, there's a knockdown. Ward started digging the Kovalev's body. He looked like he was slowing down second half, but he was still trying, and he had a good jab. You know what I mean? Those are hard to score. This Jacobs fight, I wasn't really scoring because I know I was going to movies, so I was just watching as a fan, really. But it wasn't really a hard fight to score. Like, I understand. I'm not saying this because Jacobs is my dude. You know what I mean? But I don't think it was all that in turn. It was competitive, yes. Sulecki, I would definitely watch him fight. There's a lot of great fights out there for him at middleweight. Like, I wouldn't even mind Demetrius Andrade versus Sulecki. He's fairly new to the division. Derevchenko versus Sulecki. But as far as watching Jacobs and Sulecki fight, it really wasn't hard. Like, the rounds that you might call a swing rounds, there weren't really these crazy defining moments where you're like, man, scratching your head, I don't fucking know who did that. Again, it was a top class game, a performance, valiant effort, but Sulecki to me really lost. Like, and it's not really disputable. You know what I mean? Someone had it 7-5. I didn't see all that. And then I'm telling you, HBO need to step up with their commentary. HBO, Max Kellerman was saying in the 9th round, he was saying that, I don't know, this is kind of a 5 rounds to 4 type of fight. That's a half and half fight, basically. So you have Jacobs winning by 1 round? I didn't see all that, man. I really didn't. I did not see any of that. What Max Kellerman was talking about that was a 5 rounds to 4. And you notice that Max Kellerman was pressing Jacobs in the post-fight interview, like, oh, hey, like, he's basically saying, like, you show shades of being elite, but are you truly elite? I don't know. I don't like how they were I don't know. I just don't like the commentary. Like, see, this is the other thing that makes HBO sometimes their commentary sound almost laughable. Is like Max Kellerman, particularly on this telecast, was nitpicking. He was nitpicking. Jacobs was using some athleticism, using some head movement, really good upper body movement. You know what I'm saying? I seen he was doing the Frazier shit, right? So he was actually mindful, right? Mindful of how he was coming in, but he did get hit with some shots because Sulecki, he's not going to give you anything for free, you know what I mean? But that's more of a testament to Sulecki and his boxing ability and his ability to try to create openings or capitalize off mistakes. If you because you didn't see Jacobs getting hit with from Luis Cuba Arias that much, you know what I'm saying? So for HBO, I thought it was kind of in poor taste. They're making it sound like Jacobs was just, oh, I don't know, because if you get hit with big shot, he already survived. And Roy Jones was checking Max Kellerman. He already went 12 with Golovkin, and that's supposed to be the biggest puncher in the division and the most aggressive in-your-face style. So obviously styles make fights. Sulecki's just a good fighter, pretty slick up in there. You know what I mean? Like, but this is the part that throws me with HBO. HBO is making it sound as if Jacobs was just getting hit too much. And this is what's funny with old media. You know what I'm saying? And this is why new media is coming and we taking over this game. I don't know what you're thinking. We came to take over, not take part. Here's why. Because HBO has hosted fights with Tim Bradley and Ruslan Provodnikov. That was on HBO, right? Brandon Rios versus Mike Alvarado 1. That was on HBO. Nonito Donaire's fights, right? Pacquiao has had some fights on there. And when these other motherfuckers who have a way worse defense than Daniel Jacobs are getting bow, even Chocolatito, you know what I'm saying? When they're getting hit with big shots, they don't focus on that. They're not focused on, oh yeah, he needs to come in. He doesn't want to just walk in and give him this shot. Brandon Rios, that's all he does. There's no shade. Brandon Rios, met him, cool dude. But Brandon Rios, when he was fighting Mike Alvarado, that was just a pure war. It wasn't really focused from either guy on a defense. But you don't hear HBO in their commentary talking about that. But you're going to nitpick Jacobs, who was trying to use defense, but still probably getting hit with some shots because Sulecki was, like I said, he's not going to give you anything for free. And they're making it sound like Jacobs just gets hit too much. But I don't know. I thought Max Kellerman did a poor job this particular stream, especially because what he was saying, it just didn't resonate with me. You know what I mean? We just seen Jacobs go 12 rounds with Golovkin. He's the biggest, most aggressive guy at middleweight. He's the biggest puncher that has the most aggressive style and a man-style chin, right? And we just seen it. Ring General, I don't even have time to argue with you because I'm about to catch this movie. He said Jacobs didn't look good. Whatever. Some of y'all don't know shit about boxing. Hey, shout out to my dude Roger Mayweather, and shout out to this shmoney. We let the shmoney talk. That haters could hate. We gonna let the shmoney talk. Rain Clouds from Australia, $5 super chat. Respect Ego from Sydney. Competitive fight. Danny clearly won, no question. Hashtag new media. Exactly. This wasn't even that hard to decipher. You know what I mean? Triple G be walking through punches, reliant on his chin, but then you talking about Jacobs is getting hit too much. And then what is Triple G? Canelo was hitting him with big shot. I remember Canelo hit him with this, like, out of nowhere. It was the same punch that it looked like he hit Amir Khan with when he knocked him out. And Triple G was like, his whole head got rocked. When a motherfucker turn your whole head, like, you know what I mean? And he was getting hit with that all, but you don't hear HBO talk about that. So it's just funny. Much respect to Sulecki. He was game. But even if you had the fight close, that 12th round sealed the deal. I didn't even think it was close, but clearly that 10-8. Exactly. Shout out to Greenhorn. He said Triple G has no head movement. Pause. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, bottom line, I'll be at the fight, Triple G versus Vonis next week, but let me know on the telecast. I want y'all to hit me up on Twitter at Boxingego and tell me if HBO is criticizing Golovkin when he gets hit, because I think Vonis Martirosyan, up until as long as it lasts, I don't think he's afraid to let his hands go, so he might get some shots off. You know what I mean? But we'll see what a 2-year layoff is looking like. Man, I'm just sick of it. New media, we taking over this whole shit. Remember when Deontay Wilder in November, when his first choice, which was a dangerous choice, Luis Ortiz failed a drug test, blamed it on hypertension and heart blood medicine, right? Remember when that happened? And then by default, he had to fight somebody on that date to get. He already had a training camp, and it was Bermane Stiverne who was his mandatory, because another guy that Wilder was supposed to fight failed a drug test too. That was Povetkin, and Bermane Stiverne became the mandatory because he didn't get to fight Povetkin because he failed a second drug test that year. Remember all that? And people, what do they say? Oh, Stiverne, he's been on a 19-month layoff. Why is Bum Squad Wilder fighting it? But Triple G's fighting Vonis Martirosyan, who's been on a longer than 12-month or 19-month layoff. Stiverne was on a 19-month layoff coming on off of a win. Triple G is on he's fighting an opponent over a 24-month layoff, or about a 24-month layoff, coming off of a loss. But again, HBO, they don't talk about that. Smash the like button, man. I'm schooling y'all. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But HBO wants to criticize Jacobs' defense. But when Brandon Rios was on the net working, he's getting hit because he doesn't have defense or head movement, and he's just the gutsy come forward fighter. Or Ruslan Provodnikov when he's pissing blood because Maciej is hitting him with shit. I seen the cup. I got a picture of Ruslan Provodnikov did a post-fight drug test, I believe after the Maciej fight, and his piss was like maroon. It was like a dark burgundy. It was that Anchorman, that Ron Burgundy. But HBO don't talk about it for Ruslan. They just talk about, oh, he's so tough. You know what I mean? But Jacobs, he could shoot. And see, this is the thing. This is how they try to set you up with the double standards. You're damned if you do, especially for African-American fighters. You're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. Listen, if you're too slick, then it's boring. Your running is boring. Like Abel said, you're not pleasing the fans. But if you're slick and you mix it up like Jacobs, who came out with the ring entrance, was clearly trying to entertain this crowd, mixing up athleticism, a jab, body work, you know what I mean? Mixing up his attack. He had some killer left hooks in there. Then what do they say? Oh, he's getting hit too much. So it's like, what the fuck do you want? If you dance around and you outpoint someone, the shit was boring. But when you're trying to entertain your crowd and fight a dangerous fight like Crawford did in the 12th round versus Victor Postal, or the 12th round when Daniel Jacobs is giving it his all when he's clearly in the lead, to me, especially with the knockdown, he could have been like, oh, I just knocked this motherfucker down. All right, Brooklyn, it's been real. You know what I mean? Just stay away, jab. Floyd Mayweather even, and this is not a knock on him, Floyd dominates guys so bad that he'll give up the 12th round sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes he doesn't. Like he hurt Cotto in the 12th, and he hurt Berto in the 12th. See, I know my boxing shit. Y'all ain't fucking with me. It is what it is. But it's funny to me how HBO will criticize. I thought this is what you like. You know what I mean? And then the guy you said was #1 pound for pound, like Chocolatito, he getting knocked the fuck out. He getting just... You mad at Daniel Jacobs' defense when he's trying different things but still getting hit because Sulecki is game and comes from a good boxing program, clearly, and has a win over the guy Charlo just fought. You mad at Jacobs for still tasting leather and getting hits from shots from a game opponent. But when a guy who has really no technique, but he has a lot of power, in Sor Rungvisai, not only beats Chocolatito, he beat him, knocked him down the first time, and then in the second fight, he stopped him halfway through. Why don't y'all talk about that? You know what I'm saying? Talk about that the same way. Like, what the fuck is Chocolatito doing? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So keep the, like Max Kellerman, like keep the concerns and criticism. If you have concerns for Jacobs' defense, then why the fuck did you never express these concerns for Ruslan's defense? Or Brandon Rios or Chocolatito? Because all them motherfuckers was getting hit to me. You know what I'm saying? Don't take away from it. Sulecki, he's a good guy, good fighter. He was valiant. Because this is how I know Sulecki's a real one. Because in the 12th round when he got dropped, he got right back up and he started throwing some smoke at Danny Jacobs. Give it up. Give it up for Sulecki and Daniel Jacobs. That's what I'm talking about. I'm bringing this shit all the way back, man. We all the way lit and it's all the way turned. So instead of just give the black fighter credit, you know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know what I'm saying, making it sound like, oh, he's just getting hit too much. Just say his opponent was game as fuck and gave him a good test, period. Ring General 409, $3 super chat. Ain't nobody, that's what I saw, far from casual. What? Ain't nobody, that's what I saw. I don't know what you're talking about. See, they be paying me and I don't even know what they talking about. He said I'm far from casual. Ain't nobody. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know who you beat. I don't know who you lost to. Someone said HBO stands for horrible boxing outlook. I'm just saying, spread the love. If you think Daniel Jacobs needs more head movement and more defense and he's getting hit flush too much, and you want to pose these questions like, oh, if he got hit by Sulecki, who has minimal power, then what's it gonna be like when he gets hit by somebody who's a bit? He already did. He got hit by Golovkin, and then he battled the adversity. What the fuck is you guys talking about? You see what I'm saying? This shit don't make. It's like they set you up for failure. Ego Valley. He already went the distance with Golovkin. Ain't nobody hating. You hating, bro. Stop. Why you keep paying me to say stupid stuff? Thank you for the money. $2 super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Windows tinted on my ride when I drive in it. Motherfucker, you work for HBO? Ain't nobody hating. But whatever. Keep paying me. That's cool. Because that's the only way you're getting these weird comments answered. You know what I mean? If they paying, I'll read whatever. It'd be like, Ego is a bitch made ass buster. Like, I'll read whatever if you super chat. Because, you know what I mean? I'm at least getting some money from it. Bellew Hay 2 prediction? I don't know. You know what I mean? I like David Hay. I've always liked David Hay. But his body be breaking up. You know what I mean? It'd be on, sometimes it's on some Derrick Rose stuff. If he's fully capable, he doesn't get injured, I think he's too strong for Tony Bellew. I mean, we have seen Tony Bellew get stopped by Adonis Stevenson at lightweight. I mean, not lightweight, light heavy, excuse me. I know some more you motherfuckers that hurry up and jump on that. Oh, what do you mean? He never fought at lightweight. You fucking stupid. Y'all love when I make a mistake. But it's cool. Y'all love when I get a prediction wrong. But it's cool. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Triple G, he's a good fighter, but he gets hit with big shots. And I don't hear HBO express so much concern about him getting hit with big shots. Damn, someone said the Grant Hill of boxing. That sucks. Congrats to Lampley on his 30 years. Y'all need to stop hating. Whatever. You not watching, you notice you watching me. You're not watching Lampley post-fight. You watching me. It's a new breed, a new government. There's a new media. Motherfucker, stop hating on Lampley. Go to Bang Bang Lampley. Go to his live stream. Why you over here? I'm just speaking my mind. Damn, Jesus said, fuck Lampley. Yeah, the Dogbo, he a problem. Because Jesse Magdaleno beat Donaire. You know what I'm saying? And then Dogbo, that just sounds like you have power. A motherfucker named Dogbo. Like, yeah, I'm Dogbo. That sounds like some like comic book name or some shit. The fuck is a Dogbo? It was Dogbo. I know it was him. It was Dogbo. He flew from Wakanda with the vibranium. It was Dogbo who did it. Did we get him? That motherfucker named Dogbo. He got that dog, and he be throwing them bows. Hell no. But anyway, I didn't see what some of y'all saw. I thought it was a solid performance by Daniel Jacobs. I actually liked this performance better than he did with Luis Cuba Arias. Even though I gave him every round with Luis Cuba Arias, I thought Sulecki put up more of a fight, so you got to see a more polished Daniel Jacobs. People rise to the occasion. Sulecki made him work. It was competitive. So it was fun enough. But see, like I said, Jacobs still fought a dangerous fight. This is the guy that got stopped by Perot. See, listen, this is like, bro, I'm destroying HBO, like the commentary that they leave. Because listen, notice how Daniel Jacob. Just listen. If y'all want to hear this point, this is the last thing, and then I gotta go because I'm not trying to miss this movie. Right? If y'all want to hear this last point, can I get a hell yeah from the congregation? Can I get a hell yeah and smash the like button? I'm about to go see Avengers Infinity War. I'm on my Thanos shit. Listen, I got a perfect point. I came at the perfect time. I need a couple hell yeahs to power me up. I need to get hype from this. A couple hell yeahs in the comment section. Shout out to the shooters. They be working, putting in work. Ego picks and chooses his hot seat battles because he's gonna lose. Listen, y'all can keep hating as long as you are watching. I'm like the Floyd Mayweather of this shit. It's apparent because y'all keep watching. It's so many things that, oh, Ego, why you do this? You're wrong with Joshua. But why you guys keep coming back? You know what I'm saying? I should have the worst viewership on YouTube. Let y'all tell it. The way y'all be hating. But you know what I'm saying is real. Oh my gosh. Every time y'all hate, they show me love. Again, listen. When the super chats look like Wildberry Skittles packages, that's how you know the love is real from the people. I am the people's champ. Didn't I just say that? Shout out to my guy, Mr. Finesse Ego. He left a big, whopping $50 super chat. This is Brandon Harper reincarnated. I told you and Dante, y'all would smoke all these fools out. Hashtag new media, foot on they throat. All the bullshit soon will come to an end. Hashtag Wilder Joshua next. Hashtag Triple G is a creative player. Hashtag man down. Hashtag bomb squad. Hashtag thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super chat and the comment and the support. Listen, the last point I'm gonna leave you guys with, so you guys understand where I'm coming from. It's like, why nitpick his defense when you have guys who have fought on your network who have a far worse defense, and you're never saying those things in terms of the commentary. You're not talking about when Brandon Rios was on the network or Donaire's on the network, and they don't have really much of a defense. You're not talking about how, but if Donaire's getting hit by Matabula like this, you know what I mean, then who knows if he fights Rigondeaux, if he fights Nicholas, they're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that doesn't make sense. So we know what it is. Like I said, Triple G fights a guy for 2-year layoff, 24 months. In a lighter division, Wilder fights someone in his own division who's his mandatory, and Stavern, who actually went the distance, the only guy at the time to go the distance with him, right? And then he fights bums. You know what I'm saying? So HBO, I'm trying to help you. You got to clean up that commentary, because with new media around, people understand what's real. There's Max Kellerman said it was a 5 rounds to 4 type of fight. What? Doodoo Brown, $2 super chat. Keep up the great work. Triple G beats Charlo in my opinion. LSI, let's see it. Thank you for the super chat. It's possible. Triple G's a great fighter, so maybe he can. But I'm not above seeing it. That's my whole thing with this. People get all mad and bent out of shape. Oh, you're siding. It's not about none of that. It's about let's see it. Yeah, but HBO had some crazy commentary in there. You know what I mean? Talking about it was 5 rounds to 4. I didn't see nothing like that. And then they talked about the heavyweight division, and they were listing the top 5 heavyweights. Just go listen. Don't take my word for it. Go back and watch the telecast. They were talking about the top 5 heavyweights. Obviously, they put Wilder in there, and they put Anthony Joshua in there. Then they said Tyson Fury, if you're considering him an active fighter. Then they said who else? Because Roy Jones said that, I think he said something to the effect of Jarrell Miller's a top 5 guy. And then they said, okay, so you have Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Wilder. Who else rounds out your top 5 list? And then the people on HBO were talking about Joseph Parker. Roy Jones said Joseph Parker is still a good fighter, even though he lost. He gave Joshua some good work. And then they started bringing up Andy Ruiz and Dillian White. That's cool. But what about Luis King Kong Ortiz? Listen, how you gonna round off your top 5 okay, Tyson Fury is a given, Wilder's a given, AJ's a given. But these other, you're going to talk about Andy Ruiz, who lost to Joseph Parker, more than you talk about, and he lost a split decision that some people even thought he won. See, I know my boxing. And then you're not going to even mention Luis Ortiz. You're acting like he's not even a factor in the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? But you had all these other people. You had Joseph Parker, Big Baby Miller, and Andy Ruiz, and Dillian White. You said in your top bracket, but no Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz, even though he got knocked out by Wilder, notice this: Wilder knocks motherfuckers smooth the fuck out. He fought a dude and he started Harlem shaking. I was like, oh my gosh. He fought this black dude and he hit him with this long ass right, and the guy just fell hella crazy. You know what I mean? Luis Ortiz is man style because he was spitting on the on the mat and shit, but his eyes were open. He was cloudy, but he was still aware. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to understand what a chin is. If Luis Ortiz didn't have a chin, if he didn't have heart, if he wasn't tough, he would have been out of there. Like Spilka was, he was like nailed to the cross. You know what I mean? So Luis Ortiz, he was TKO'd. He wasn't out of there like Spilka. You know what I'm saying? He got knocked out, but it wasn't like he got destroyed. So Ortiz is clearly a top guy. If we're getting past AJ, Wilder, and Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz is right behind them still, even though he lost to Wilder. You know what I mean? But they're talking about Andy Ruiz. Like, what? And there's no disrespect. Andy Ruiz is cool, but since he lost to Joseph Parker, people don't. Who's he really been fighting? So HBO, they got to clean up that commentary. Like, it's just they be saying weird stuff, and I can't even relate to it or understand it. I thought the Sulecki Jacobs was a high level fight with a game guy. Period. You know what I mean? And to criticize Daniel Jacobs getting hit too much, it doesn't even make sense because he's not getting dropped. You know what I'm saying? And he already went 12 rounds with Golovkin, right? So what is I don't understand the conversation. I don't understand what we're saying. And a lot of people, they question Jacobs' chin, but then they also said on the telecast that who knows, he had cancer that was wrapping around his spine, so he could have had it back then when he lost to Perot, but it was maybe just hadn't been diagnosed and detected. So to be honest, their analysis is way off. You're telling me he might have had a terminal illness that was supposed to paralyze him, and then, you know what I mean, people are acting like he has no chin. But Triple G went 12 rounds with him and couldn't stop him. Peter Quillen didn't stop him. Sulecki stopped Hugo Centeno, but couldn't stop him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't understand, like, challenging Jacobs' heart and, hey, if he got hit by a bigger guy, if he got hit by a bigger puncher, who knows? Yeah, say that about Triple G. Say, hey, Vondas is cracking him with some shots, because Vondas probably will get some shots off, unless he's just that rusty. But say, oh man, if Triple G was getting hit by Charlo, I don't know if he'd be able to. You know what I'm saying? Even Canelo has a good punch, but he's still a guy who's coming up from 54 with only one fight when he fought Golovkin. So it's just like, why don't they mix that type of stuff in their commentary? Like, hey, if Charlo, I don't know if Charlo would be able to. I don't know if Triple G would be able to walk through these Martin Murray shots, the shots he's walking through Martin Murray. I don't know if he'd be able to walk through Charlo's shots like this. Or Demetrius Andrade, because he's too surgical. You know what I mean? HBO, they got to step up they have great production value, but they got to step up their commentary game. You know what I mean? You criticizing Daniel Jacobs' defense, but never once do I hear you talk about how Chocolatito, when he's fighting Carlos Cuadras, who's in rehab right now. He's fighting Carlos Cuadras and he's getting done, and he's looking like Will Smith and Hitch. Remember when he ate the shellfish? Will Smith was like, she was like, oh, babe, your face. And he's like, oh, it was not that bad. Oh! And his face was all, and Will Smith's face was all blown up from eating seafood. That's how Chocolatito's face was looking. And in that whole telecast, I didn't hear one conversation had about Chocolatito's lack of head movement, Golovkin's lack of head movement. But he was looking like Hitch. Chocolatito, when he fought Quadras, a fight he won, that they said he won or whatever, judges had him winning, he looked like Hit. Man, it is not that bad. Like, the fuck? But you criticizing Jacob's face probably is not all beat up like Chocolatito's face was in the Quadras fight, in the Arroyo fight, in the Sor Rungvisai fight, and then he got stopped in the second Sor Rungvisai fight. But once again, so that's all I'm asking. Keep the commentary consistent. You know what I mean? Period. Anyway, I gotta catch this flick. I don't want to be late. I might do a vampire stream. Shout out to y'all for the love, the super chats. My dude Brandon Harper came with the plug, that $50 super chat, and all the other ones. It all adds up and all helps the channel, and we working. I got a lot of advancements. I don't even want to tell y'all. I'm gonna show y'all because that's how I like to get down. But why is there 21 dislikes? Who gives a shit? We run boxing. Anyway, drop your thoughts in the comment section. I might do a live stream depending on how lit the Avengers is and how I'm feeling after. But peace out. Good fights too on HBO. Shout out to Jacobs on the victory and Jarrell Big Baby Miller.